Thank you for coming all the way here.
I'm Sebastian, the butler at this mansion. May I have a look at your invitation?
Thank you all for gathering here at the invitation of our master. My name is Sebastian, and I will be taking care of you during your stay. As stated in your invitation, you will be staying here for 2 days. In addition to providing your room, meals will be provided for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so please feel free to relax during your stay. Is that all? Where is the master of this mansion? My master is not here, so I am here to avoid causing you any trouble. Then you cannot be sure of the authenticity of this invitation. The people invited here are just like me, aren't they? We don't know why they've been called here, and we're not even sure if they'll actually get what they want. I fully understand that this is frustrating, but aren't you all desperate for these things at all costs? You have no choice but to trust us. One thing I can say is that if you stay at our inn, you'll definitely get what you want.
Okay, I don't trust you at all. If you're happy to just stay here, I'll do as you say.
Thank you, Lady Aerith. Everyone else seems to be satisfied, so let's have dinner. Everyone, please come this way.
Considering the kind of food you'd get in a mansion in the middle of the forest like this is pretty good.
Can't you eat more elegantly? I'm losing my appetite.
That's fine. If you're not gonna eat it, I'll eat it all for you. I don't care.
It seems there's no point in talking.
Aren't you perhaps a renowned magician?
Oh, it's an honor to be known by the hero of the kingdom.
Hero? I'm just a man who narrowly escaped death. You can call me Nightheart.
Oh, the hero is quite humble. Since the hero has taken the time to introduce himself, shall we all introduce ourselves? I'm Aerith. I'm a magician. Some say I'm a seeker of magic. My reason for coming here is related to a grimoire.
And next up is me. My name is Fee. I'm an apothecary, and I came here because I heard there was a way to fix my sister's eyes.
Wow, the owner of this place can even do that?
It's impossible with today's pharmacology, but the invitation stated that it could definitely be fixed. I had no choice but to come.
I see. So do I. Looks like I made the right choice. I'm Holmes, a bard. The invitation said all sorts of things, but I came here because I thought I might encounter some mysterious phenomenon.
For that reason? Are you suicidal?
No, I want to preserve all history for future generations. To that end, wherever I hear of turning points in history or strange rumors, I'll come.
Well, it's your life, do as you please. I'll introduce myself as well. I'm a fan, you know. Perhaps you'll understand if I go by the nickname Hyakupo Senyo.
You're a master archer who has mastered the 500-year-old Fire Nation archery? I didn't realize you were so young.
If you know, then hurry up and tell me. My eyes are not fooled, so if anyone does even the slightest bit strange, I'll have a hole in their throat, so be prepared.
You all seem to have impressive titles, but aren't you all just drooling over the reward?
Who are you? You didn't tell me your name.
You really want to know my name? I'm Guard, a mercenary.
Mercenary? Did you come here on someone's orders?
No. The invitation came to me and I made my own decision. I could threaten the owner of this remote mansion and potentially earn enough money to live a life of leisure, so of course I'd come.
I also have business with the owner of this mansion. Please refrain from acting on your own initiative. By the way, Butler, what will we be doing these next 2 days?
That's what I wanted to know too.
Nothing in particular. You don't have to do anything in particular. Please feel free to do as you please. However, you won't be allowed to leave the mansion, so that's the only condition, I guess. What are we doing staying in this mansion? Are they monitoring our actions or something? You're right to be suspicious, but my master just wanted you all to relax here for 2 days. What will happen after 2 days? Will my master welcome you? I haven't been informed either, but I'll just reiterate that after 2 days, you'll all get what you want.
This is getting nowhere. Seriously. I'm full, so I'm going to bed now.
Understood. I'll show you to your room.
What do you think of that? I don't believe you. Is it okay?
I don't know, but I'm here by order of the king. I have no choice but to stay here.
I hope you're not stupid enough to gather all these people together and then say it was just a prank. Excuse me?
What do you think, Holmes?
As I said before, I didn't come here blinded by the prospect of reward like you all. I'm just going to see how things turn out.
I see.
If you're so scared, maybe you should hurry back to your mom.
I'm not scared. It's just that I'm the only family my sister has left. I don't want her to spend the rest of her life in a dark world.
Then make up your mind. No matter how you look at it, there's no way you can relax for 2 days in this situation. Those who aren't ready will be the first to die. Well then, I'm going now.
She certainly has a point. Everyone gathered here seems prepared to deal with whatever happens. I won't let you do anything as long as I'm alive, but you should always know that in the end, you can only rely on yourself.
I see. Thank you.